Hello and welcome to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. Today we are going to be taking a look at the coming round of assembly elections, but also a larger look at the impact they'll have on the narrative for 2024. For instance, a lot of people have been remarking that the Prime Minister is not so active as he usually is during the assembly polls. Perhaps he's leaving it for the last minute, but Chhattisgarh elections are just about a week away. So is the Prime Minister sensing that perhaps if the opinion polls are right and there is BJP is going to be losing 2 out of the 3 states, especially in the north, Telangana also is not slated to go the BJP way, then is he perhaps rethinking his own involvement? Because earlier on, if you remember when the elections began, he made it to be a vote for Modi. The BJP is not fielding any local leaders, local faces. They are not CM candidates for any of the elections. Congress, on the other hand, is playing it smart for once. They've got local leaders, they've got CM aspirants or sitting CMs contesting. They're leaving the narrative and the election campaigning organization to the state leaders. Is this a strategy they can adopt for later? Because at the end of the day, it will be a test for Rahul. There will be a Rahul versus Modi some way or the other when 2024 comes. Joining me for this discussion, I have with me a panel of experts and stakeholders. There is Pankaj Vora, he's the managing editor of the Sunday Guardian. We have PKD Nambiar, he's a political analyst, a brand guru and an author and someone who comes very often on Roundtable. And Mudit Agarwal, he's the national spokesperson for the Congress party. Pankaj, how are you seeing the elections shaping up, and do you think finally the Congress is playing it right, the way they're handling the local elections?
There are two things. Firstly, as you said, that the Prime Minister is not taking too much of interest. The Prime Minister's main interest is the Lok Sabha election.
Correct.
He's focusing on how to win Lok Sabha back for the BJP. His emphasis is not so much on assembly polls, and he has left it to some of his lieutenants, like Mr. Amit Shah is doing a lot of work, hard work out there. Number two is that the Congress, of course, by default also and by also because of very good concerted efforts by their regional leaders, is in the race both in Madhya Pradesh and in Chhattisgarh and is likely to win both the places. And in Rajasthan, Congress has its own share of problems with Gehlot versus Sachin at one end, but BJP also surprisingly has its multiple shares of problems with, Vasundhara Raje is being totally ignored. The fact that BJP has decided to field a lot of MPs and ministers in some of the states indicates that they are wanting that, instead of Mr. Modi being the pivot, these ministers and local MPs should be able to get some seats for them. The bad news for BJP lies in Telangana, where from number 2 position it is being relegated to number 3. So all these factors are there, and now it depends who will be able to make use of the opportunities before it. Congress is in the at pole position in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, is in good position in Telangana, is in good position in Mizoram, and is in good position in Rajasthan, where BJP has an edge.
Okay, PKD, how do you see your first take on what I've said?
First and foremost is that this is, I don't know how to put this across. All the people who have been talking, all the political opposition parties, political analysts and political pundits were talking about overdose of Modi even in the municipal elections and to state elections and other elections. A political party or a dynamic organization should have dynamic strategies depending upon the political environment of every time. And we have not seen in the recent past any better strategies than Amit Shah or even Narendra Modi, or for that matter, BJP as a political system. So I believe that at a time comes in, they have their master ambassador or their real brand campaigner is Narendra Modi, and he will be present everywhere. Now the question is that will it have an impact? First and foremost, the 2 states which are ruled by Congress. So BJP has got only 1 state, to lose, but Congress can even lose 2 states, and an opportunity not to. If they are not able to come back in Telangana, then it's a big loss for them. Right. So I think these assembly elections have much more for Congress than the BJP. Of course, if the BJP is able to get they are able to retain Madhya Pradesh and get Rajasthan, then of course it will be adding to their energy. But if the BJP lose, then they will say that okay, the Rajasthan they picks up, and Madhya Pradesh if they lose, they will say that ठीक है हम पहले भी status को ही maintain कर लिया. So I think it's for the Congress, All these places. That is the reason DK Shivkumar is being given so that the Telangana there is no issue for money. There is so much of an energy because that's what DK Shivkumar comes with. So he's been made as an in charge of the election. So I think broadly what we need to see is that this will not have much of an effect for the 2024 election.
Okay.
Short memory for the people. Secondly, we all know that there is no other candidate from the point of view of a prime ministerial. Is it Rahul Gandhi? Is it Arvind Kejriwal? Is it Mallikarjun Kharge? Nitish Kumar and all is a small fry. We give him unnecessary some kind of a mileage. What is the number of seats? Even the entire Bihar, if he is able to get also, what is the number of seats? Does this country requires to go back to the Devagowda, Chandrasekhar, IK Gujaral time and VP Singh time? Definitely no. I think we need to have a strong leader. We are a growing economy. We are our importance across the world has gone up so much. And I think we need to have a strong leader like Narendra Modi to have this continuous growth, both in terms of economically and also as a strong superpower.
Okay, so leave aside the second half, we'll discuss that later, whether the impact of assembly on the central elections, but the way the Congress and the BJP is handling the assembly polls.
See, I agree with Mr. Nambia when he says Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah are good political strategists. Maybe that's why Mr. Modi has decided not to invest too much in these elections, because he knows he's on a losing wicket, plus his popularity amongst people is not what it used to be. Look at the facts. For first time in last 9.5 years, for last 1 year, BJP and Mr. Modi are actually losing a political narrative. Starting from Bharat Jodo Yatra, to election of Mr. Kharge, to formation of India Alliance, to corruption charges of Mr. Adani, and the caste census, which Mr. Rahul Gandhi is talking about, has really put BJP on the back foot. And what are the talking points these events have taken away from BJP? First is about the dynasty. Second is about the corruption. The Modi used to say, I'm against corruption. Adani thing has totally blown that out of the picture. OBC has taken away the stand of social justice of BJP. And when you talk about India Alliance, that has taken away the charge of there is no credible opposition. And also belittling of Rahul Gandhi. All these talking points have been taken away from BJP. And it is very evident that Mr. Modi is under pressure. And it is evident from the way he is functioning right now. Trying to demolish parties, trying to break parties, even look at the way he is going after Rahul Gandhi, persecuting him, shows he is under tremendous pressure. And that's one of the reasons he is not investing too much into these elections, because then these elections, which BJP is for sure to lose all 5 states, will be seen as a defeat for Mr. Modi. So writing is very clear on the wall for Mr. Modi. And that's why this strategic decision, what you were talking about.
Okay, BJP all sure to lose 5 states. I don't know, Pankaj. Rajasthan, I'm hearing that BJP does have a chance. Other states, perhaps.
Again, I'm saying just have a chance. You're not yourself saying that they're winning.
BJP is winning. Okay, let me say BJP is winning.
BJP, as of today, BJP, as per reports, has a definite edge in Rajasthan. The reports from other states are not very good for the Saffron Brigade. And that is why, perhaps that is the reason why Mr. Modi is slightly taken a back seat, because he does not wish to be exposed in a battle where it is already known that the party is not going to do well. As I said earlier, his emphasis is purely on Lok Sabha elections, and he wants to win that. And he, regardless of whoever his opponent is, and whatever is happening from the Congress point of view, Congress basically, as you were earlier referring to, has given the regional leaders a free hand. They are trying to replicate what they did in Karnataka. In Karnataka also, they did not, there was very little interference by the Gandhis, and Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. DK Shivkumar were having a free hand in doing things. Here now Mr. Kamalnath has a free hand, Mr. Baghel has a free hand, and they are doing exceedingly well. In Rajasthan there can be problems, but because of BJP's own infighting, BJP could be on could lose a winning battle, but otherwise the time for BJP to win back Rajasthan is very much there, and if one goes by the past history, BJP should win Rajasthan.
Because Rajasthan is, PKD is, let's talk about Rajasthan. Is BJP winning because Rajasthan votes one turn by turn? Or is there some kind of a strategy, the way they've handled Vasundhara, for example? You know, they gave her tickets and some of her supporters tickets in the second list.
See, one thing, irrespective of the political outcome, I mean, the election outcome in Rajasthan, one message BJP has been very, very clearly able to communicate as an organization. If that is that no individual is bigger than the party. Whether it is Vasundhara, see, there are some people who are talking about, I have nothing against her and I really have a huge respect for her. Despite she being one of the tallest leader and charismatic leader, could she come back? Even 2 times she became chief minister, both the times she could not come back. Same is in the case of Ashok Gehlot. So who are we talking about as the very charismatic, they are the topmost leader? No. I think party is the real star. And of course, there will be people keep coming and going. I think that strategy, even in the BJP has done it very well, even in the in its parliamentary board, there is a complete change of people. When we were never expecting that Nitin Gadkari or some of these Shivraj Singh Chauhan will be asked to stay away. But there is a new fresh blood of people had come. And I know that there is Modi or any, for that matter, anybody, they are not permanent forever. I think BJP is setting a very, very systematic way of a very disciplined party, which it used to be known as the party with a difference, is they are trying to create. Now coming to Rajasthan or even in that matter Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh, we have Shivraj Singh Chauhan do not have that kind of an anti-incumbency. I have been to Indore, Bhopal. And
but even the BJP is saying Shivraj is an anti-incumbency, which is why they are sidelining him.
18 years. 18 years, and I used to like Sheila Dikshit a lot. But does that mean that after 15 years, there is a fatigue? Definitely do happen.
Yeah.
So that is where the role of the central leadership comes in. Get fresh faces, get new the leaders, and this is not the end of the world for any of these leaders. They can pursue many other opportunities within the party. It's a large party. So I think Telangana, for an example, Congress, if they are not able to come back, that means they are finished, because in YSR Congress is in Andhra. So that means the old Andhra Pradesh for the Congress is, then it becomes a place where they cannot enter. So I think for Congress, as I said earlier, this election is more crucial than the BJP. BJP, I'm sure that 1 state or 2 states they will be able. I personally believe that Madhya Pradesh they will retain with a small margin. Like what happened last time also, they lost, but for a very, very thin margin, very number of, then of course, the Scindia story we all know.
Yes.
So I think, and BJP
that's actually an Amit Shah story. Scindia was just the face.
BJP if somebody is 100 and a 90, then of course we know that which party will have the more chance to make bargaining power. And I think
वहाँ DK Shiv Kumar को भेजा तो यहाँ अमित शाह को भी भेजा है for the same reason.
No, DK Shiv Kumar is, everybody knows that he is the real.
So I think whatever Mr. Nambiar has said actually proves my point that Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Modi are under tremendous pressure. In fact, Telangana is one place where BJP should be very scared whether they'll be able to enter or not. Used to be number 2 party, now you're relegated to distant number 3. I don't know even if you'll manage 2 or 3% of vote. So you should be more worried about that.
No, but
as far as I'm just completing what you were saying. As far as other states are concerned, as I said again, this is the first time it has happened that Mr. Modi is not investing himself in any state election. It's because he is under pressure. Let's understand this. He was invested in Karnataka, he was invested in Himachal, where they lost.
Bengal.
Even West Bengal. But somehow he is conspicuous by his absence this time. This just shows the tide is turning on the ground and BJP is under tremendous pressure. And somehow Modi wants to live to fight another day in 2024. That's why he just, in a way, staying away. Because he doesn't want to lose that narrative battle even further.
Quick one point on this. What are we actually talking about? One is that you are talking about Bengal. Where was Bengal, BJP in Bengal, maybe 1 or 2 seats. We are not talking about the success of from 2 seats to a 72-seat party and becoming the major opposition party. Where is Congress? Where is Communists? So I think...
The point was different.
The point was different.
Yes,
it is true. It is true.
You're arguing a different point. I was saying something else.
No, I'm just telling you that when a political strategist or the Chanakya or whomsoever goes, they will definitely say that I am going to throw you out and I will become the that should be the body language.
No, fair enough, but the fact is that they're not going. They're not doing that body
And
language.
the second point,
so
I'll
for
just-
even in Telangana, for an example, Hyderabad municipal election in
How active Modi was in the municipal elections.
correct.
So
I
why
think
is
that
he
is
not now?
basically
Because
to
you've
tell
understood the ground
See,
reality.
taking from the point
That
of
was
view
my
of a
point.
marketing point, that they wanted to set anything. We are arrived. We are here to take on you. That itself is a big message.
Look, Mr.
And from-
Nambia,
Okay.
two things. See,
Okay,
one more point
Yeah.
that I wanted to add. You were talking about BJP does not believe in, local leaders. It believes in organization and working together. But that, I believe, is only applicable to state leaders. It's not applicable to Mr. Modi, right? Because here, right now, Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah are able to get away with anything want to do under BJP, whether it's killing competition for the future, let it be Vasundhara Raje or whether it be Gadkari. So for you to say is very risk saying that BJP actually believes in collective leadership. If that was the case, Mr. Modi would not have been running this government the way it is, in a
Actually,
dictatorial
Modi
style.
is now becoming, I was going to say Indira Gandhi style, you're saying dictatorial
No,
style.
not at all. I mean,
Okay.
huge amount of difference. You can't even compare.
Okay, we won't
She was
go
a
into-
thorough Democrat.
That debate we'll keep for
Yeah,
next
sure.
week when it is her birth
Absolutely.
anniversary. But we're going to take a quick break and come back and keep the conversation going. So stay with us. Hello and welcome back to the Roundtable. We are here discussing the assembly polls and the politics of it. But Pankaj, we have Baghel who is, looking to come back. That is what the opinion polls are saying. He's on a comeback trail. So a Congress chief minister winning again, ये पुराने ज़माने में होता था. Is that a new,
No, Mr. Baghel has, in all fairness, done exceedingly well, and he is exceedingly popular in Chhattisgarh, and his popularity also is, in contrast to the BJP's organization in Chhattisgarh, which is collapsing, because Raman Singh may have been multiple times chief minister, but is not the favorite of the current dispensation in the BJP. So the failure of the BJP to prop up a leader there and to prop up new leadership there is going to cost them this election. BJP did the same thing in Karnataka. I keep on going to Karnataka, where, after they removed Mr. Yadurappa, they tried to bring him back into the parliamentary board. They tried to, compensate and get the Ligayat votes, but they had gone away. And the same kind of template is being used in other places also. Now, BJP also faces a very peculiar problem in Chhattisgarh also, in Madhya Pradesh also. In Chhattisgarh, in Madhya Pradesh, for instance, a lot of people from the Congress had left and joined BJP, which led to the toppling of Kamal Nath government. Now, these people, when they are to be accommodated, there were local aspirants who were also in BJP for last 30-40 years. They are the ones who will ensure that the new ticket holders, they get defeated. So, because there's a conflict of interest. So, what Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah may have achieved in toppling governments or may have done that, they are going to lose in terms of the organization, aspects.
In Maharashtra also,
in
yes, they're
Maharashtra
facing
also,
that.
in many other places. What happened to the Congress during Narasimha Rao's time in Uttar Pradesh, when there was a tie-up with Mayawati, without local leaders being taken into confidence? The same kind of a result could happen to the BJP, where a lot of people from outside have come and local leaders
have been
don't
ignored
like it.
at the expense. But can you, Pankaj, think of any other last time when a Congress CM won again? Was it Digvijay? I'm trying to
No,
remember.
Sheila Dikshit had won.
Sheila Dikshit, of course, yes.
After Sheila Dikshit, I don't think there's any
Any-
Congress leader who has won the second time.
The second ante.
Yeah.
So in that sense, Baghel will be setting a sort of,
I mean,
if he wins.
it's a different era, it's a different type of politics. Sheila ji benefited from a lot of factors. And after 2014, I don't think Congress has basically got decimated in most places. So there was no question of it winning back any.
And when we won, actually, BJP actually tried to break our governments. I mean, that's also there.
That is also there, yes. In Karnataka.
Yeah, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, you've seen
Goa,
what's
was
happened.
it?
Yeah, they tried Goa.
Correct.
You
So
can
the-
only
Uttarakhand,
buy
they tried to
things
do
which
it.
is available for sale.
So you're
that
willing
is-
to buy.
That is
That's what
a brand
democracy is.
image hat.
For sale.
So these are the models you're talking about. That I'm
I'm
willing
just
to buy
saying-
No, but
anything
he's
which is
right.
available for sale.
That if
His
you can't hold
operation-
on to your people, why blame
So I mean, blame the victim now.
No.
Not the perpetrator.
But
That's the
it was
difference.
an interesting point.
Aspiration, without aspiration, there is no leader. Everybody will have their own aspiration. And if you are, as a political party, it is the importance of the senior leadership is to ensure that every political leaders or aspiring leaders' aspirations have been kept alive. They have been given responsibility. Just imagine the problem that in India, how many booths are active for Congress, or how many booth presidents are there for Congress? Okay. Even in a place like in Tamil Nadu, where BJP is not hardly any force, you will find there is a booth president. Every booth will have a president. So the organization is absolutely there. And then ideologically connected because of the RSS is also there. But in the Congress, what is happening is that it is becoming just imagine a chief minister can take on to the Sonia Gandhi and say that I would like to be a chief minister, I would not like to be a president of the political party, and what kind of a discipline, and he still remain as the chief minister. And I don't think that a political party needs to be disciplined. How many chief ministers have been asked to vacate the position in the case of BJP? Have you ever heard of even once there is some kind of an issue or that person going and making a new political party? No. I think
we still don't know what happened between Yogi Adityanath and Modi.
A couple of points that I wanted to say. When he talks about that it's Congress's fault that MLAs broke away, I mean, here, really, the perpetrations of corruption, you are, letting them go free. I mean, they should be the one to be blamed, not the victims. Secondly, what is leadership about? Leadership is not about just forming the government at any cost. It's about moral leadership. It's about ethical leadership. Where are all those morals and ethics gone? What BJP used to talk about. Now we are talking about sab chalta hai. I mean, that's not the way. Secondly, when you talk about anyone having aspirations to become chief minister, that's fine. Everyone can have an aspiration. In fact, the example that you gave actually proves Congress High Command does not work like a CEO of a company. They work like
they're like a family khandar. Family khandar, and it's all are my prajas. I am the king and I am the queen, and rest everybody is prajas.
I was very civil with
okay,
you.
let me
Head
just
of a family in which every Congress worker is part of their family.
Okay.
That's the spirit we work with.
Okay.
Unlike BJP and Mr. Modi, who are just willing to throw anyone under the bus who opposes them. That's the difference.
But Pankaj, how do you see the Scindia factor playing out in this election? You know, is it a plus or an advantage for the BJP?
It's a disadvantage, because the thing is that, as I told you, that most of the people who came with Mr. Scindia from the Chambal Gwalior region, you know, they are being opposed internally by BJP's existing cadres. The fact that Yashodhara Raje, who was a minister, who's a bhua of Jyotiraditya, has decided to retire from politics, it is not without a reason. She knows that there is an impending defeat. Now, the reason why Mr. Tomar has been sent there to contest also shows that, you know, BJP wants to retrieve some of the position. Now, Mr. Scindia, you know, was better off, I personally think, when he was in the Congress. Now, after losing Gwalior's Chambal region, if at all BJP loses and is wiped out from there, you know, he will be at the mercy of the BJP central leadership. He will, you know, his future will depend on whatever the BJP leadership decides. And he will not be a leader in his own right. So I think it is not a good sign for him. He was at one time claiming to be someone who should have been selected to lead Madhya Pradesh. The Scindia family is a very renowned family, but outside the Gwalior Chambal region, they have no influence.
Could he still be a contender for the chief minister post if the BJP comes?
I would be very surprised if he would. I mean, it depends if the BJP is wiped out in the Chambal Gwalior region.
Then there's no chance.
And chances of, you know, now that Fulvaste, I always mix his name. The other
Bhagat Singh Fuller.
These people, and you know, also that Indore guy.
Kailash Vijayvargiya.
They are all, you know, hoping that they will be. I don't think. I mean, the reason they have been propped up shows that BJP knows they are not winning.
No. But if the other buzz is that Scindia, where will he fight his Lok Sabha from? Will it be Guna or Gwalior? He won't get the seat.
He's in Rajya Sabha. He doesn't need to contest the Lok Sabha election. And in Lok Sabha also, if anybody contests on BJP ticket, he or she wins only because of the Modi magic. There are very few who win because of their own, you know, strength.
Correct.
So if he has to contest the Lok Sabha, if he wins, the victory will be attributed to Mr. Modi, not to him.
And the loss will be his. This sounds like the Congress script, the old Congress script.
Absolutely.
Is the BJP heading the Congress way? Then a lot of what you have said reminded me of the old Congress.
No, I believe that there is a slight change. See, when these people have joined BJP, the Scindia faction, there is a core votes of BJP even in the Chambal region. So that vote, along with some of the added vote of this Congress because of the congressmen coming in, because every congressman will have their own some kind of a deep pocket of in one district or even in or otherwise one constituency. So that will add. I don't think that that's not going to happen. That there is a they will be disseminated completely from the Chambal Gwalior region. But yes, there can be, because if overall if everybody is talking about there is a little anti-incumbency is there, then it has to reflect in everywhere, right?
I think the other thing what's happening in Chambal also is because a lot of BJP leaders and workers are very dissatisfied.
Yeah, the point
with
the tickets being
Mr.
given to
Scindia coming
Scindia's
in
people.
and all the whole people from Congress coming in. So
See,
that's
this
also
is-
working
this
against
is-
BJP.
This is definitely a truth, because suddenly you have been working for a party for 30 years, 40 years, and one fine day you get to know that there is a new person has come and he's been now given the in charge and etc. I have always spoken against it. And a cadre party like a BJP or any other party should not do such kind of a thing. But unfortunately, even the CPIM, which is used to, even to get a membership, you need to work for 10 years, used to be the era once. Today, if a congressman comes, like for an example, in Kerala, KPCC vice president joined these things and he was given membership, not only with the CPIM had given membership, also given. I think that culture, I think these are all times, as he said, that it's an evolvement of politics. And time to time it keep changing. But bottom line is that 2024 is going to be way different
from the assembly.
than this assembly.
That I agree with. Do you see Vasundhara and Gehlot joining hands, if ever? She's been sidelined. If Gehlot needs the extra seats.
No, to be honest, I mean, Vasundhara is disgruntled. She wanted to be the CM face. She's not the CM face. So she has an axe to grind. That definitely I'll believe in. But as far as Mr. Gehlot is concerned, he's a true and pakka congressman. He works for the Congress.
If you need that, if you need the numbers, will Vasundhara...
Look, I believe, to be very honest, Mr. Sachin Pilot and Mr. Ashok Gehlot has come together and ticket distribution has more or less been very smooth, considering whatever the facts are. So I see no reason Congress would not repeat the government. And there's a reason for saying it. The amount of work which has been done in terms of social cohesion, as well as grassroots social, the helping of the people, what we are doing.
The welfare policies.
The welfare policies of Ashok Gehlot government will go a long way in ensuring that we'll repeat the government.
Okay. The same question to you. Supposing the numbers are poised in such a way that Vasundhara, if the BJP is not making her CM, will she break away and support Gehlot?
I don't think so. Because even if she breaks away, will the BJP MLAs come with her who have been elected on BJP tickets? Because they will be also looking for the victory of 2024 elections. So Vasundhara, if she breaks away, she will be mostly on her own. And there will be very few people around her. So I don't think she knows. And she will also wait and watch what happens in her hometown of Gwalior. Because her not being made the chief ministerial candidate is also something to do with Jyotiraditya's entry there.
Correct.
They can't have two Scindias. So, a lot of things may change after the assembly elections.
Okay.
And there's
On
one
that
more
note,
thing in politics is always there. Nothing succeeds like success. It depends upon number of seats her supporters get. That's
we took for granted if she has seats to bargain with. But on that note, thank you all for this conversation, and we're going to have a whole lot more of these because election season is starting, assembly elections, and then of course the build up to the Lok Sabha. So stay tuned and keep watching Roundtable.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.